Zambia Copper Investments holds a substantial majority interest in African copper, which holds exclusive rights for the exploration and development of copper deposits in Botswana. It has a market cap of 280 million rand. Well, ZCI wants to actually get out of that. Well, they issued a cautionary, I think it was about last month, really intending to get out of African copper. What do you make of that, Paul?
Well, it used to be called Zambia Copper Investments, and it was a listed entity which owned, Zambian Copper Investments. It then became a cash shell. It had a residual amount. People had the option to exit or to stay in. Then some people like Taste a Toy floated to the surface. They helped with looking for a new asset. And then this copper asset in the Botswana environment then came to the fore, and that's the thing that's in there. But the share price is quite bumpy. And, it's one of those cases where you've got to wonder whether sometimes, sort of speculating on cash shell type investments that, promise new assets to be injected makes any sense.
Well, it's a funny looking graph. What would you be doing with this stock right now, Gary?
Yeah, that funny looking graph, it is a very, very tightly held company. I mean, I think about 90% held by Euroclear and the Copper Development Foundation. So it's very difficult to trade. I mean, if you're going to get in, if you're going to do any sort of real size, I mean, you really have to watch your entries and exits on it. Overall, yeah, I mean, I think looking at the copper story in general, like I said, I mean, I wouldn't be trading it because it's under cautionary. It's there's a lot that can go wrong. I think there's a lot of risk in the stock. But just on copper in general, though, I mean, like I said earlier, China does look like it's picking up, which will be very, very good for copper demand. And we are coming off quite a low base after the last couple of months. Guys, been very negative on the metal. But as for this company, I'm not touching it.
Just to clarify, that Moana mine, which they had in Botswana, was drilled by Falcon Bridge over the years, and so that's the asset. But is it your understanding that the cautionary relates to a possible disposition of that asset?
I think it's to get rid of it's just the African copper operation. That's it.
Okay.
All right, so are you hot or not on this one, Paul?
You'd have to get a lot closer to it to decide whether this was hot.
I think you've got to know the ins and outs of that deal very, very well if you're going to speculate on it.
So two not hots on ZCI.